11 Secret Places Women Hide from Men, Psychology Tips. Every woman carries a private world within her, one where her thoughts, feelings, and actions are often a mystery, especially in relationships. It's in these hidden depths that she keeps certain things concealed, elements that spark intense attraction and leave men wondering what's truly happening beneath the surface. In this article, we'll delve into 11 secrets women hide from men, unlocking the hidden layers of their psychology, emotions, and behavior. By understanding these concealed aspects, you'll be better equipped to forge stronger and more meaningful connections. Often, it's the sense of scarcity, the allure of ambiguity, and sometimes even the unspoken, forbidden elements of a relationship that make it so compelling. These secrets create the magnetic pull that men feel, drawing them closer without fully understanding why. As you learn to decipher these hidden messages, you'll gain the tools to keep the spark alive and deepen the attraction that you've built. As the great philosopher Rumi once said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Understanding these secrets is about more than just attraction. It's about connection, insight, and knowing how to nurture the relationship you're building. 1. Women often react strongly to a lack of attention from men. Let's be clear, women need to feel seen and appreciated in their relationships. It's not just about the grand gestures, it's the small, everyday moments that matter. When a man becomes distracted or neglects her, it hits her emotionally. It's not just about feeling ignored, it's about feeling invisible. She starts to feel insecure, as if she's no longer a priority, and that emotional sting can trigger an intense reaction. This isn't a minor issue, it's a signal that something's missing. Suddenly, she may become more sensitive, more demanding of attention, or even start acting out in ways that might confuse you. But understand this, her actions are simply a cry for recognition. You have become her emotional anchor, and when you don't show up, her world starts to feel unstable. Think about this. When you forget to send that message or fail to communicate throughout the day, it's not just a minor inconvenience. For her, it's a sign that you've distanced yourself emotionally. In her mind, you've shifted your attention elsewhere. Now, she feels the need to restore balance, to regain her sense of importance in your life. The psychology tips behind this are simple. When a woman feels abandoned or neglected, she's more likely to seek validation elsewhere, even from friends or coworkers, simply to fill that emotional void. Now, don't misinterpret this as her falling out of love with you. That's not it at all. She may still love you deeply, but she feels emotionally starved and needs to feel recognized again. And if you fail to act, don't be surprised if she starts looking for emotional connections in places you hadn't expected. This is not a sign that she no longer cares. It's a cry for attention and affection. So here's your love advice. To maintain attraction and keep your relationship thriving, you need to stay emotionally connected. The key to lasting love and intimacy isn't just in big, bold moments, it's in the everyday gestures. Make her feel like a priority in your life. Send those texts, make time for conversations, and don't let your relationship become an afterthought. Dating tips? Show up. Be present. You must make her feel that she matters in your life. Don't wait until it's too late. Keep the emotional connection alive and well because when you stop showing attention, she feels like she's lost her place in your heart. 2. Jealousy sparks competition and increases attraction. Jealousy is often seen as a negative emotion, but when properly handled, it can serve as a powerful tool to deepen attraction. Don't misunderstand. We're not talking about toxic jealousy that leads to control and distrust. Instead, it's the type of jealousy that ignites a sense of competition and makes the woman in your life feel valued, appreciated, and even more in love. Think about this. When a man shows even a hint of jealousy, especially when he's genuinely concerned about the attention his partner is receiving from someone else, it triggers something inside her. It creates an emotional dynamic where she feels chosen, and that's crucial. You must understand that women, just like men, crave exclusivity. When a woman sees that her man feels threatened by someone else, she doesn't just see jealousy, she sees admiration. She sees that she matters enough for him to care. Attract women by letting her feel like the center of your world. If she sees you respond to her interaction with another man with a flicker of jealousy, in a subtle, non-toxic way, it can reignite the emotional spark in your relationship. This little act doesn't mean you should become possessive, but it can create a sense of exclusivity. That is the magic behind jealousy, its ability to make a woman feel like the most special woman in the world. A classic example. Imagine she's laughing and chatting with another guy, and you notice the spark of flirtation. Don't panic. Instead, show that you're aware of it, but without overreacting. This lets her know that you're invested in the relationship and that she's someone you genuinely care about. Be careful not to let jealousy turn into paranoia, but don't shy away from showing her that you find her worth protecting. This emotional push-pull creates a stronger bond, making her feel more attracted to you. The act of jealousy in small doses works because it taps into the underlying human need for love psychology, a need to feel wanted, admired, and valued. However, you must avoid crossing the line where jealousy becomes controlling. Excessive jealousy can cause rifts and tension, and you don't want to create a toxic atmosphere in your relationship. It's about balance. A little jealousy can make her feel secure, loved, and deeply attracted to you, but too much can push her away. Always be mindful of this fine line. If you want to keep relationship goals intact, allow her to have her space while still showing her she's cherished. Remember, jealousy in moderation doesn't hurt, it enhances attraction. It reminds her that in a world full of choices, you have chosen her. And that feeling, that sense of exclusivity, is what keeps her coming back for more. So, next time you sense a moment of jealousy creeping in, don't ignore it. Instead, use it to your advantage. Show her, with a wink or a smile, that you are invested in her and the relationship. It'll make her feel special, and it will attract women like no other. 3. The sense of victory. When she feels chosen. When a woman feels chosen, she experiences a profound sense of victory. This is not just about being the man's physical preference, but about the emotional and spiritual bond he shares with her. In the eyes of a woman, knowing she is the singular choice, chosen above all others, elevates her confidence and self-worth within the relationship. It's a feeling of being valued for who she truly is. As the old Stoic principle teaches, he who is not a good man in the eyes of others is still good in his own eyes. This sense of security and self-assurance comes not from external validation, but from the strength of the connection they share. When a woman knows she is the one, it ignites her attraction, and this confidence radiates into every part of the relationship. The feeling of being chosen is powerful, but it goes beyond just words, it's demonstrated in actions. This is where the modern Stoic understands the importance of decisiveness and purpose. A man who shows his commitment through consistent gestures, such as planning thoughtful dates or listening with intent, reinforces this sense of being chosen. It's these seemingly small acts that make her feel both special and respected. They reaffirm the bond and deepen the connection, making her feel safe and unconditionally loved. To achieve this, a man must be clear about his intentions and unwavering in his actions. The Stoics would say that certainty in a relationship where a woman knows she is chosen and loved for who she is fosters true power and trust. The ultimate power in a relationship comes from knowing that nothing can make you doubt your place in the other's heart, says Marcus Aurelius. This kind of certainty allows the woman to let down her guard and embrace the relationship fully, knowing she has nothing to prove. In modern relationships, where distractions and uncertainties often cloud intimacy, being truly chosen is more than just a romantic ideal. It's essential for deep emotional connection. The old Stoics would also remind us of the value of actions over mere words. It is not the actions of others that disturb us, but our own judgments about them. This speaks to the fact that being chosen is not about external praise or gestures, but about the quiet confidence of knowing you are the one that someone truly values. So if you want to increase the attraction and depth of your relationship, make your woman feel chosen. Show her through your actions and words that she is not just another option, she is the one. When she feels this certainty, it's not just about validation. It's about creating a powerful connection that will grow stronger each day. Don't let distractions take away from the commitment you offer. Be decisive, and in that decision, make her feel like the only one. If you found this insight valuable, give this video a like, comment below, and share it with someone who might benefit from these psychology tips. Don't forget to subscribe for more valuable content on relationships and attraction. Comment to remember I am chosen, valued, and respected in my relationships. 4. Attraction from ambiguity and uncertainty. Women are often drawn to ambiguity and uncertainty in relationships, and this attraction isn't as complicated as it may seem. It's about the thrill of the unknown, the mystery that surrounds a man's actions or words. When things are left a bit unclear, a woman feels like she's in a game, one where she's tasked with decoding her partner's signals. This sense of mystery ignites her curiosity and stirs excitement, making her more intrigued and invested in the relationship. Don't mistake this uncertainty for a lack of care or affection. It's not about playing games. It's about creating an environment where the woman feels she must work to uncover deeper layers of who the man is. In relationships, women seek stimulation from situations where the outcome isn't entirely predictable. A man's behavior, when slightly unpredictable or ambiguous, becomes a challenge that heightens her attraction. For instance, if a man doesn't immediately respond to a text or leaves a date somewhat open-ended, she becomes intrigued. The uncertainty about his next move keeps her engaged, turning a routine interaction into something more exciting. This element of uncertainty doesn't weaken the connection. Instead, it builds a deeper bond. When a woman faces ambiguity, it motivates her to invest more effort into understanding her partner. It sparks a natural curiosity that draws her in, making her want to decode the man's actions and intentions. So, if you're wondering how to deepen a woman's attraction, remember that a little uncertainty, sprinkled with mystery, can go a long way. It challenges her to invest emotionally, fostering a connection that's both exciting and lasting. Psychology tips show that attraction grows stronger when there's an element of unpredictability. Love advice suggests that creating this uncertainty doesn't mean being cold or distant, but rather leaving enough room for curiosity to bloom. Dating tips also emphasize that when you balance clear communication with moments of intrigue, you naturally increase the intensity of the connection. So don't always be too predictable. You must keep her guessing just enough to keep the attraction alive. 5. The tension of feeling rejected or controlled. Attraction isn't always as straightforward as we might think. One of the most interesting psychological aspects of relationships is the tension that arises when a woman feels either rejected or controlled by her partner. This tension, paradoxically, can actually increase attraction. It might sound counterintuitive, but there's something powerful about the uncertainty and emotional push-pull that comes with these feelings. When a woman feels rejected or controlled, her emotional state is put to the test. There's a psychological challenge at play here. The discomfort of being pushed away or held too tightly forces her to deeply examine her feelings. The more she reflects on the situation, the more intensely she feels about the relationship. This creates an emotional space where desire and curiosity begin to grow. Why? It's simple. When something is forbidden or feels scarce, it suddenly becomes more desirable. It's human nature to want what we can't easily have. For instance, if a woman feels her partner is being too controlling, she may experience a sense of restriction or loss of freedom. But here's the catch. This tension can heighten her desire for love and acceptance. It's like a magnetic force pulling her back, even if her emotional state is conflicting. This dynamic, the push pull of feeling both controlled and seeking affection, can spark intense curiosity. She's driven to understand the cause of this tension and often to restore the balance in the relationship. Now, think about how this works. When a woman feels uncertain or emotionally off balance, it sets the stage for what many might call an emotional roller coaster. At that point, her attraction is intensified, not just because of the tension, but because of how she can't quite control her emotions. The lack of control creates an irresistible force that draws her back to the relationship. It's the mystery that fuels the attraction. This tension, while unsettling, can sometimes bring both partners closer. It can create a deeper, more passionate bond. But, and this is crucial, you must understand the fine line between healthy tension and destructive conflict. If this push-pull dynamic isn't managed well, it can lead to misunderstandings, emotional distress, and even damage to the relationship. Be careful, because pushing too hard can backfire. This psychological tension, when balanced correctly, can be an attractive feature in relationships. Understanding how to navigate it and use it to your advantage is key. Don't let it go too far, but understand that a little tension can make a relationship more exciting and keep both partners on their toes. Attracting women isn't just about playing it cool or being overly affectionate. It's about understanding the deeper emotional currents that influence attraction. Love psychology teaches us that these tensions are often more influential than smooth sailing. So, while chasing relationship goals involves learning how to manage these emotions wisely, recognizing the power of emotional tension can lead to a more connected and lasting bond. If you found this insight valuable, like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom on relationships. Comment to remember. Attraction often grows where there's tension, but balance is key. 6. The attraction of being read without saying a word. In relationships, there's a profound attraction that stems from a woman's desire to be read without a word being spoken. Women are naturally drawn to men who can understand their emotions and needs without the need for constant explanation. This deep connection goes beyond words. It's about interpreting the subtle cues, a change in tone, a gesture, or the smallest shift in her mood. When a man intuitively senses her feelings, such as recognizing when she's had a rough day without her saying anything, he demonstrates an essential trait that draws women in: empathy. He doesn't bombard her with questions or try to fix things unnecessarily. Instead, he offers comfort, listens attentively, and simply shares in the moment. This silent understanding conveys something powerful. I see you, I value you, and I'm here for you. The attraction lies in this silent communication because it signifies trust and emotional security in the relationship. When a man becomes adept at reading his partner without speaking, it builds a sense of safety. A woman feels understood and cherished, which deepens the emotional connection. The old Stoics understood the power of presence. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This resonates deeply in relationships where emotional maturity shines through silent understanding, showing that true attraction comes from the to truly see each other. In modern life, this skill is rarer than ever, with so many distractions preventing couples from truly connecting on an emotional level. Yet, the Stoic approach teaches us the value of observation and self-control. A modern Stoic man understands that sometimes silence speaks louder than words. Women are drawn to the man who can read them, not because of flashy words or actions, but because of his deep awareness and emotional strength. The more you practice this silent connection, the more your relationships will thrive. You must master this art. It's not about fixing problems. It's about simply understanding and being present. This silent understanding makes you more attractive than any grand gesture. Don't underestimate the power of simply being read without saying a word. 7. Creating desire by making attention rare. One of the most effective ways to spark and maintain attraction is by making your attention feel scarce. When a woman realizes that your attention is not always easily available, it stirs her curiosity and increases her desire. Women are naturally drawn to that sense of competition. When attention is rare, it makes her feel like she's a prize worth pursuing, something to be cherished. Consider this. If you don't always call or text when she expects it, it creates a sense of anticipation. She starts to feel deprived of your presence, and this scarcity heightens her desire for more. It's a powerful psychological tip. When attention is limited, it becomes something precious, and she's more likely to chase after it. Women crave what they can't always have, and this tactic taps into that very instinct. But here's the catch. You must be careful not to overdo it. If the scarcity is too extreme, she may feel neglected, or worse, unloved. The key to maintaining attraction is balance. You must find the right rhythm between presence and absence. This is not about playing games. It's about understanding human psychology and using it to foster deeper connections. So don't overtext or overcall. Keep her wondering, keep her interested, but also make sure she feels valued. The dance between showing up and pulling back is subtle but highly effective. Master this delicate balance, and you'll find that desire grows as attention becomes more precious. This is more than just a dating tip. It's a strategy that taps into the natural ebb and flow of human attraction. Remember, scarcity builds desire, but balance creates a lasting connection. If you want to master attraction, learn the art of making your attention scarce, don't always be readily available, want to know more? Drop a comment right now. I create desire through my presence, not my constant attention. Like, share, and subscribe for more powerful psychology tips. Remember, scarcity makes the heart grow fonder. 8. The fear of being replaced by someone else. The fear of being replaced is one of the most profound psychological factors that fuels attraction in relationships. It taps into the core of our emotional needs, the need for validation, security, and connection. For women, this fear is deeply rooted. They don't just fear being undervalued, they fear losing the emotional bond they've carefully cultivated with their partner. Imagine this. When a woman perceives her partner paying attention to another woman, the immediate fear is that she could be replaced. This triggers a deep instinct within her to fight for her place in his life. Suddenly, she might find herself striving to look more attractive, to impress him more, or to deepen their connection. The fear of replacement sharpens her awareness, fueling the desire to be more present, to hold on tightly to what they share. This fear isn't just a threat, it's a reminder of the significance of the relationship. When both partners understand that their bond is precious, it can strengthen their emotional connection. But while this fear can be a catalyst for emotional closeness, it also has its dark side. It can manifest as jealousy or a need for control, behaviors that threaten the stability of the relationship. Excessive jealousy can create unnecessary stress, making both partners feel insecure. This is why it's crucial to maintain trust and independence. Relationships should never be about holding someone captive out of fear of losing them. Rather, it's about creating a space where both partners can grow, feel valued, and remain emotionally secure. The key here is balance. Understand that the fear of being replaced is natural, but it should not define your relationship. If you want to attract women, build your relationship on trust and mutual respect. Recognize that fear, when managed correctly, can be a powerful motivator, but only when it pushes both partners to nurture their bond rather than sabotage it. When you understand love psychology, you see that creating a relationship where both partners feel secure, respected, and valued is the ultimate goal. And that's how you set the foundation for long-term, fulfilling relationship goals. 9. the fascination with the uncontrollability of emotions. Women are drawn to emotional complexity, especially when they can't fully control their emotions. It's in those moments of unpredictability and confusion that attraction grows. When a woman is caught off guard or unable to easily explain her feelings, her curiosity skyrockets. She's not just experiencing emotions, she's entangled in them. This uncertainty creates a craving to understand, to unravel the mystery of her emotions, and by extension, the man who's sparking those feelings. This is what makes surprise or unpredictability so powerful in relationships. A sudden change in behavior, a surprising gesture, or an unexpected action can send her emotions into overdrive. The lack of control in those moments doesn't lead to frustration. It fuels a deeper, almost addictive curiosity about the person and the relationship. Modern Stoics understand the power of emotional control. The Stoic belief in mastering one's emotions isn't about eliminating them. It's about choosing how to respond, even when things feel chaotic. In relationships, this emotional mastery can make one incredibly attractive. When a man remains calm, centered, and unpredictable in his actions, it invites curiosity. Women may not fully understand their emotions in such moments, but the unpredictability of a man's behavior can cause them to want to understand him more. It's not about games, it's about creating a dynamic where emotions are not always on a predictable linear path. The old Stoic wisdom teaches us that emotional complexity can be a tool for deeper connection, but it requires balance. The challenge then is managing this emotional dynamic without letting it tip into confusion or frustration. But remember, emotional confusion isn't the same as emotional chaos. While emotions are a powerful tool for connection, they need to be managed thoughtfully. The modern Stoic man remains composed in the face of unpredictability, mastering his emotions without letting them overwhelm him. This level of control doesn't mean suppressing emotions, it means acknowledging them, responding to them with purpose, and guiding the emotional experience of the relationship in a way that fosters genuine connection. Ultimately, mastering emotional complexity is a skill that attracts women because it challenges their understanding, heightens curiosity, and builds intensity. In every relationship, this delicate balance between emotional unpredictability and emotional control is what creates a lasting, meaningful bond. As the old Stoic said, the greatest wealth is to live content with little. So too is the greatest attraction often found in the quiet strength of emotional restraint. You must learn to navigate this emotional landscape. Don't be afraid of confusion. Instead, see it as a powerful tool for connection. Remember, true emotional mastery isn't about eliminating feelings, it's about embracing them and directing them with intent. Become the modern Stoic and watch the emotional complexity of your relationships deepen. If you're still with me, you're already on the path to understanding one of the most powerful dynamics in relationships. Most men never get this far. They get stuck in predictable patterns, missing out on the deep emotional connection that truly captivates. Don't let that be you. Comment below. I embrace the complexity of emotions and seek the deeper connection. 10. Attraction to a man with calmness and authority without doing anything. Attraction to a man with calmness and authority is one of the most magnetic qualities a woman can find. But here's the secret. It's not about doing anything at all. It's about being something. The calm and authoritative presence a man exudes, without needing to prove his worth, speaks volumes. Women are drawn to men who radiate confidence, not through boasting or constant validation, but through a quiet, unshakable self-assurance. A man with this presence doesn't need to make a grand declaration or show off his power. His mere presence commands respect and admiration. Imagine a scenario where others are speaking loudly, creating chaos or drama, yet the man who stands apart, observing calmly, becomes the center of attention. He doesn't engage in the noise but remains composed and focused. This calmness not only signals emotional maturity, but it also indicates strength. It's the ability to remain grounded no matter what happens around him. Women notice this. They feel safe around men who can control their emotions and their environment without getting flustered or loud. This type of man doesn't need to assert dominance. His quiet authority is enough. The key to this is not doing more, but being more. A man who listens more than he speaks, who doesn't need to win every argument or prove his point constantly, creates a powerful attraction. Women see this as a sign of emotional maturity, self-control, and confidence in its purest form. A man who can stand still, calm, and collected is someone they can trust. It's this calmness and authority that makes a woman feel secure, respected, and drawn to him. There's something irresistibly powerful about a man who is sure of himself without needing to flaunt it. This isn't about being silent all the time, but rather about exuding a presence that doesn't need validation. His confidence isn't loud, and it doesn't demand attention. It's the quiet strength that women recognize as a mark of true leadership and stability. In relationships, this quality fosters a deep sense of security. Women respect and are attracted to men who can manage their emotions and handle situations with poise. They're not looking for someone who is constantly reactive or in turmoil, but someone who can be a steady anchor in the storm. So, how does a man develop this kind of attraction? It starts with psychology tips that involve developing emotional intelligence, mastering self-control, and understanding that attraction isn't about showing off. It's about staying true to who you are and radiating a calm confidence that doesn't require validation. Love advice often points to the idea of not needing to perform or impress, but instead focusing on inner strength and self-assurance. When you possess this quality, dating tips become unnecessary because your presence speaks louder than words ever could. 11. The attraction when rejected, though hard to admit. No one enjoys rejection. It's uncomfortable, disheartening, and can leave us questioning our worth. Yet, there's a surprising truth many men may not realize. Sometimes, rejection can actually spark a deeper attraction in women. Though difficult to admit, this phenomenon isn't as uncommon as you might think. When a woman experiences rejection, particularly if it's subtle or not immediately obvious, she often feels a sense of curiosity. Rejection creates a sense of something being unattainable, and that feeling can be intoxicating. This sense of mystery makes her want to understand why the man acted the way he did, or whether there's a possibility to change the dynamic. Think about it. When a man doesn't immediately show interest or isn't easily impressed, the natural response for some women is to feel drawn to him. It's the allure of the unavailable man. The very thing that seems out of reach becomes an enticing puzzle, and women often find themselves wanting to pursue it even more intensely. The chase begins. It's the game of trying to figure out the mystery behind the man's indifference, and in doing so, a powerful attraction is born. However, there's a fine line. Rejection that's too harsh or disrespectful can easily backfire, leading to negative consequences. If a man's behavior comes off as rude or dismissive, it creates resentment instead of intrigue. The key to mastering this psychology is balance. You want to create enough intrigue to spark her curiosity, but you must also ensure you're respecting her feelings. The art of attraction is often about finding the sweet spot between pursuit and respect. In relationships, understanding this subtle dance is vital. You need to know how to maintain your independence and, at the same time, offer enough interest to keep her engaged. When done correctly, this strategy can help you attract women while respecting their emotions, ultimately aligning with your relationship goals. Remember, love psychology isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding the dynamics that drive desire and attraction. So, be mindful. Don't be afraid to embrace the power of subtlety, as it can lead to deeper connections when used correctly. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these secrets have shed some light on the deeper psychology behind attraction in relationships. Remember, it's not about manipulation, it's about understanding and applying subtle elements like scarcity, ambiguity, and the delicate dance of emotional connection. These principles, when used thoughtfully, can strengthen your bond and create a more meaningful, attractive relationship. Take this advice to heart. Building desire isn't about playing games, it's about knowing when to step forward and when to give space, allowing attraction to naturally grow. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and drop a comment below with your thoughts or questions. We're always here to dive deeper into psychology tips to help you build stronger, more attractive relationships. Take care and keep growing.